Wolfe in New York City began 1951. My father, Fred Jacobs, started the company, sort of a pioneer in the business, and developed a relationship with a music publisher in England named Mr. DeWolfe, Meyer DeWolfe. Since then, we've been licensing DeWolfe music throughout the country. All the music supervisors and directors here are walking encyclopedias for music. They're incredibly knowledgeable about every single cut in the music library. We have thousands and thousands and thousands of music cues to represent DeWolfe music. They're familiar with all the other music publishers and what's out there in terms of popular music and as well as archival music. We have about 450 music CDs in the library. We come out with about 30 to 40 new CD releases each year. Each CD will have a specific style of music. It might be scary music, suspenseful, holiday music, patriotic music, new age, sports, middle of the road, solo piano, classical music, opera.
I need something that's very like kind of flowy and like in the background for this big, you know, there's this scene where there's this girl.
When a young filmmaker comes in, I like the person to feel very comfortable being here, and they may not know much about music libraries and how music works for their production. The first thing is make them feel comfortable. Make them feel that there's a home here, that it's not that complicated to get music that would be right for their production and have it licensed properly. They might come in, I might have them sit with one of our music supervisors, one-on-one work. They might describe to the music supervisor and director what kind of music they're looking for. They might bring in a video already to show what they're working on, and from there, conversation begins. What are they trying to achieve with the video, and what are they trying to achieve with music, and how will that music enhance their production?
When you're scoring for picture, you're more or less creating an emotional bed for what the picture is there. And sometimes the picture might be very dull, but the music has to carry the emotion. Many times the music has to not interfere. So you have to be in communication with the producer, the director involved. And sometimes it's a lot about reading minds. You just don't know, you know. And I remember one time someone said, "Well, give me the sound of cheese sliding off a slice of pizza." And you know, you start thinking, "What the heck? It doesn't make a sound." But you know, you start realizing, well, it's a slide whistle.
Many people in the public don't realize that when you have a piece of music in a program or commercial, that that piece of music has to be licensed properly.
A lot of filmmakers are not aware of things that they should be aware of because they fall into a trap of thinking something is, oh, of course, that's in the public domain, there's no problem. One of the most obvious ones is Happy Birthday. People think that it's in the public domain, and someday it will be in the public domain, but for the moment, it is not.
You might wonder why go to a music library when you can use a piece of regular music that you hear on the radio? Because it's a lot less money to license music through DeWolfe music, through a music library, than having to pay the publisher for a well-known tune. It's just too expensive. So we will offer what's called a non-exclusive music license. Non-exclusive music license means that the music that I may help you put into your TV show, that same piece of music may end up on a feature film, may end up on National Geographic television program, documentary, it might be in an Army training video, it might be for a hospital locally, but hopefully there's so many cuts of music that anybody is using in our library that they're not going to keep on hearing the same piece of music every time they turn on the commercials and turn on TV. Well, I think right now the image of music libraries has been enhanced tremendously. Traditionally, library music was known as stock music, and very often was said in almost a derogatory tone. It's not like that anymore. We used to have a saying here, it isn't an original score, it just sounds like one. I think more and more that's true today.